7 anxiety coping strategies that work in minutes. If you're watching this video, chances are that anxiety has hijacked your day once again. What if I told you in the next 15 minutes, you'll learn 7 strategies that can calm your anxiety in just minutes. Strategies that I have refined for over 20 years as a licensed psychotherapist. And here's the best part. You can start using them right now while watching the video. You know, my name is Tanya Octave. I'm a licensed clinical social worker with over 20 years of experience helping people just like you overcome things like anxiety and trauma and depression. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Here's another therapist with another set of tools or tips. Here's what makes this different. Everything I'm about to share with you comes from my unique framework called the Octaves method. Now, it's an integrative approach that I've developed with over 2 decades of clinical experience, and it combines things like meditation and self-care and therapeutic activities and animals and playfulness. Yes, playfulness. And then there's nutrition and exercise and social connections. These aren't just tips that I found on the internet, but these are evidence-based strategies. You know, I did some research and I've gathered some things together and I've used them and I've seen them transform people in their lives, but also in my life. I know what it's like to have that racing heart. I know those spiral thoughts that feel like you're just never going to stop. I know that feeling that I can't catch my breath, like the world is just closing in on you. Maybe you're watching it at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. because anxiety is keeping you awake again. Maybe you're parked in your car and you're trying to stay calm because of a work situation or a social situation. Listen to me, you're not broken. You are absolutely not alone. Anxiety impacts over 40 million adults in the United States. So we're kind of all in the same boat. And here's what I want you to know. You don't have to suffer through another anxious moment feeling helpless. Today, I'm going to share with you my complete Octaves method, the 7 strategies that address anxiety from, let's say, multiple angles. Each one in minutes, not hours or days. And when you combine them together, they create this powerful toolkit that you can carry with you everywhere. Now, I want you to stay to the very end because I want to show you exactly how to combine all these strategies really for maximum impact. Plus, I got some special resources I'm going to share with you, like my link to a free Know Thyself hypnosis session that has helped myself and others really find their calm center. But first, let me ask you something. If this video helps you, and I know it will, I want you to hit that like button and subscribe for more evidence-based mental health strategies. And most importantly, tell me in the comment section what strategies you're going to try first. Your engagement helps me to reach more people who need this information. All right, we're kind of agreeing, so let's get started. Number 1. Which is the O in Octaves method. Observation through meditation and mindfulness. You know, when anxiety hits, your brain's alarm system gets stuck on overdrive. It's like having that smoke detector that just won't stop beeping. Beep, 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 even though there's no fire. Your amygdala, that is your brain's fear system, is screaming, danger, 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 even if you are perfectly safe. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to call this the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding technique. And I want you to try it with me right now. Don't worry if you look silly. Your mental health is more important than what you look like. So first, I want you to look around your environment and identify 5 things you can see. I can see some books, I can see my printer, I can see a lamp, I can see a plant, and I can see my meditation chair. Now I want you to 4 things you can touch. I can touch my chair, I can touch my cup of tea, I can touch my reading glasses. I can touch my keyboard. Now, 3 things you can hear. I can hear my air conditioning. I can hear cars driving by. I can even hear the sound of wind, so it must be windy outside. 2 things you can smell. I can smell cinnamon. I have my essential oils on. And I can smell a hint of my tea as well. And then finally, 1 thing you can taste. I can still taste some tea in my mouth. Here's the magic. This technique literally hijacks your nervous system and brings you back to the present moment. When you focus on your senses, your brain simultaneously can't do 2 things at one time in terms of the senses keeps you relaxed and you can't be anxious. You can't get into that what if scenarios because you're focused on something else, your senses. It's like changing the channel from the anxiety network to the present moment network, or better yet, the Octave's Wellness, Happiness, and Success network. So in my practice, I've seen this work for everyone, even my high-powered executives to teenagers and kids dealing with social anxieties and struggles with relationships. The beauty is that you can do it anywhere, in a meeting or on a plane, even in line at a grocery store. So try this now as we continue. Just take a look around your environment and what are 3 things you notice in your space? Good. There you go. Now, strategy 2. The C in the Octave's method is for compassion. Specifically, what we're going to talk about is the self-care aspect. Here's something that I see in my office pretty much daily. Anxiety often comes with a harsh inner critic that makes everything so much worse. You know, that little voice inside of us that sometimes says, you're being ridiculous. Everyone else has it figured out. You should be stronger than this. I want you to try something with me right now, placing 1 hand on your heart. Yes, try it, really try it. And feel the warmth. Connect to the heartbeat. Now I want you to say the words either out loud or in your mind. This is a moment of suffering. Suffering is part of the human experience. May I be kind to myself in the moment, as this moment will pass. Suffering will pass. Now here's the game changer. What would you tell your best friend if they came to you with exactly the same issue of anxiety? Would you tell them, oh my God, you're being so ridiculous? Would you tell them, could you please just get over it? Of course not. You'd be loving and understanding and supportive. So why don't we give ourselves that same compassion? Research from Dr. Christian Neff and others show that self-compassion actually reduces cortisol levels. You know, that stress hormone, maybe faster than self-criticism that can be released in the body. When we're kind to ourselves, our nervous system literally calms down. It's not just feel-good fluff, it's neuroscience. I'll even share something personal with you. Early in my career, I used to be my own worst critic, even when I felt anxious about a difficult situation or case or even a presentation. I tell myself, I should do better. I should be stronger. I should be smarter. But when I started practicing what I preached and teaching myself with the same kind of compassion tools and techniques I showed my clients, things changed for me. My anxiety decreased, and ironically, my professional confidence increased. So next time anxiety hits, Be your own best, loving and compassionate friend. You deserve it. You are not your worst enemy, but you are your best friend. You deserve the same kindness that you give to others. So let's go to strategy number 3. The T in octaves is therapy, specifically therapeutic activities. This technique comes directly from, let's say, some cognitive behavioral therapy principles, which is one of the most researched and effective treatments for anxiety. But I'm going to teach you in a way that is simple and practical. It's called box breathing with a cognitive frame. And we're going to do this together. So we're going to do it on counts of 4. We're going to breathe in for 4. We're going to hold for 4. We're going to breathe out for 4. And then we're going to hold for another 4. So let's try that. Let's breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can keep doing that. Now here is where we add the cognitive piece with each breath cycle. I want you to challenge one of your anxious thoughts and ask yourself, is this thought helpful? Is this thought true? What would I tell a friend or a client about this thought? For example, if you're thinking, I'm going to embarrass myself, what might be a reframe? Might be, I'm prepared, and even if I make mistakes, I'm human and it's fixable. Okay, let's continue. Here's what's happening in the brain when you do that. Literally, you are changing the brain chemistry and rewiring those thought patterns at the same time. Your breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system. That is your rest and digest mode. While the cognitive work helps to really build these new neural pathways. It's like doing physical therapy for your brain. Yay! I love it. This is what I teach other therapists in supervision, and it's also what I share with my friends and family when things are anxiety provoking. I actually taught this to my mom before going to a dental appointment, and she said it was probably the only thing that kept her in the seat and calm because she was sitting there for hours and hours. So here's your home play. Did you notice? I said home play, not homework. Yes, I'm giving you home play because I care about your progress, and practicing this for maybe 2 minutes daily when you're not anxious. Think of it like building your anxiety resiliency muscle. Let's move to strategy number 4, which is one of my favorites, and it comes from in Octave's method, and that is the animals and playfulness. Now, this might sound a bit silly at first, but stay with me because the science is actually absolutely fascinating. Animals naturally regulate their nervous system in ways that we humans really forgot how to do. So we're going to do some animal movement techniques, and I want you to try these with me. Don't worry if you look silly. Remember, playfulness is a part of healing. So first, let's do a cat stretch. Let's arch our back like a cat, like we're waking up from a nap, and then round it like a cat. Oh, they got startled. Oh my God. And then maybe you shake your hands or shake your arms or shake your whole body for about 10 seconds. This is literally shaking the anxiety away. There we go. You can also practice, well, there's also some science with these movements in terms of how it activates the vagus nerve, which is like the main highway to your parasympathetic nervous system. It also helps release that physical tension that anxiety creates in the body when you're anxious. You know, we hold the stress in our muscles, and these movements help discharge that energy. You know, I use animal-assisted therapy in the past in my practice with my beautiful Siberian Husky named Mona, and the calming effect is immediate. But here's the accessibility note. If you don't have any pets, No problem. You can visualize the animals. You can use the movements anywhere. Um, I had I even have clients do a dog shake in the bathroom stalls before a job interview. So when a lot of anxiety is coming up, I say, go in the bathroom and shake like either you have a dog and you've seen them shake before, or imagine a dog, or watch a video that I'm providing about a dog just shaking and getting all of that energy out. Let me share some more information about the emergency anxiety foods that can help, that you should have on hand. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about dark chocolate. But what I mean is not milk chocolate. I mean dark chocolate. And you want to look at the packaging, about 70% or more of cacao. This is what increases serotonin and has compounds that actually reduce stress hormones. Sometimes I keep a little bit of dark chocolate hidden in my desk drawer for a little extra boost when needed. Are you there? And then there's chamomile tea, which is really has natural properties, and it is a natural calming effect on the body. I recommend keeping some chamomile tea bags in your purse or your car, or both. Magnesium-rich foods like almonds and spinach and pumpkin seeds can really help calm the nervous system. And you know, magnesium is like the nature's chill pill. Here's a quick fix that you can try right now. Just opening some gum if you have some accessible and chewing on it. Gum is known to reduce cortisol, and the repetitive motion is soothing, and it actually lowers stress hormones. You can also drink cold water to activate your vagus nerve, but you want to try to avoid ice because it can be too shocking to your system too fast. And here's a big one. We gotta avoid the caffeine, people, during anxiety spikes. I know. You love your coffee, but caffeine can really amplify anxiety symptoms. You know, I always assess nutrition with my anxiety clients because it is such a profound and fundamental piece of the pie. You can't think your way out of anxiety if your body doesn't have the nutrients it needs to produce these calming neurotransmitters. Here's your action step. Keep anxiety-fighting snacks in your car, your office, your bag, your purse, wherever you're going to be. I'm talking about things like mixed nuts and seeds and protein bars, things with minimal sugar, maybe a little bit of dark chocolate, maybe some chamomile tea bags. Think of it like your portable calm kit. Some people have first aid kits. This is our anxiety calming kit. And when your anxiety hits, you already have the tools that are accessible for you. Strategy number 6, the Eve and Octave's method. This is all about exercise. Here's what's happening in your body when anxiety strikes up. You go to fight or flight response, which creates this surge of energy that is really designed to help you fight a threat or run away from it. But when you're sitting in a meeting or lying in the bed at 3 a.m., you can't fight or flee, so the energy just really gets trapped into the body. So we're going to do a 3-minute movement protocol, and I want you to try this first with me if you can. And if you're somewhere where you can't move, you can do what you can, and we always want to have flexibility for that. So even for the first 30 seconds, it's just practicing jumping jacks. And I'm not doing jumping jacks because I'm sitting in the chair, so you could actually just move. You can clap, you can be playful with it, you can go up and down. You can also just practice marching in place. Like, what is it to march? And even with marching, we want to build some of our bones. Let's march on our heels. Ooh, I'm jumping on my heels right now, and I'm leaning back. So you can even practice that and play with it and have fun with it and do it for about 36 seconds. Remember, you don't have to be perfect. You just have to move. And you can do it with all sorts of things. And then now for about a minute, I want you to come to more of a relaxed state. We're going to do a progressive muscle relaxation. And there's multiple ways to do this. But one way is maybe we tense our shoulders up to our ears for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. Maybe we tighten our fists for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. You probably already noticed this. Maybe we tense our face muscles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we release. And there's all different ways of doing that. And this really teaches the body the difference between tension and relaxation. Remember, you're reconnecting to the body. And then finally, we're just going to do 90 seconds, a minute and a half of some gentle yoga stretching. And maybe that's you just reaching up to the sky. Maybe your palms are up, maybe your palms are down. Maybe you go to one side, maybe you move forward or backwards, really just connecting to the body. Maybe this also encourages you to do some neck rolls. What is it to maybe in a gentle way, move your neck around, move your shoulders. This really is going to help release any remaining tension, and signals are sent to the nervous system that you're safe. That's what we're trying to create. You're safe. Here's the science. Exercise literally metabolizes stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline while releasing endorphins. So it's really your body's natural feel-good chemicals. It's like giving your anxiety a natural antidote. I like that one. Now, I know everyone's not just gonna want to jump around, and maybe some people can't move much. So there's always even finger exercises that you can do from different movements of the body. The key is that your body is moving in whatever way that it can. I've had friends and family do these exercises in chairs, and I've practiced doing them in the chair for you right now. And it really offers an amazing upper body movement and completely can shift your anxiety. Studies show that just 3 minutes of movement can reduce anxiety for up to 2 hours. So here's the challenge. Let's try it right now. Let's stand up and march in place for 30 seconds. I'm going to wait for you to do that. And I'll let you know when your 30 seconds is up. And as you're marching, take notice of how you feel. Anything different? Without judgment. Just taking notice. Okay, good. Let's keep going though. Let's move to number 7, the S in the Octave's message, socialize or social connections. Here's the tricky thing about anxiety. It makes you want to hide. It makes you want to isolate and withdraw from the very thing that probably can help us out the most, and that's connection with other people. Anxiety whispers, don't bother anyone. They won't understand. You're a burden. But connection is medicine. And I'm going to give you some, let's say, micro connection techniques that can feel manageable even if you're a little anxious. So first, just try texting one person you're thinking of. Let's see. Just text them. I hope you have a good day. That's it. No need for a long conversation. 2, when you go to the store, maybe making eye contact with someone with a gentle smile. Maybe that's the cashier, a neighbor. A third option might be maybe calling the friend, but maybe only spending 2 minutes. Sometimes you might need to set a timer and tell them that maybe you're having a rough moment, but you just needed to hear a voice. And then fourth, another option might be to join an online support community. There are some really amazing support groups on social media where people can connect as well. Here's what happens in your brain though. Social connection releases oxytocin, which really directly counters anxiety and stress hormones. It's like giving a natural dose of calm delivered through human connection, whether that is literally wired for connections, not as a luxury, it's a necessity for mental health. In my 20 years experience, I've never seen someone overcome anxiety and isolation, especially if they weren't mindful of the other components of the Octave's method. We need each other. Even us therapists need therapists. I have my own support system and I lean on them when things get challenging. This should be part of our norm. Now, connection doesn't mean oversharing or dumping all of your problems on someone else. It simply means maybe not suffering alone. Sometimes it's just sitting with a friend in a comfortable silence. Maybe it's watching a funny movie on TV or having someone just witness your experience without really trying to fix it. All right, let's bring this all together. The 7 strategies work best when combined together and integrated, because anxiety isn't just one thing. It affects everything: your thoughts, your body, your emotions, your relationships, your daily habits, even your spiritual connection. The Octave method addresses all of those areas. So here's how to create your own personal anxiety toolkit. First, just choose 3 strategies that resonate most with you right now. Maybe it's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding. Maybe it's the self-compassion technique, or maybe it's the movement protocol. Start there, whatever calls you. Then now I want you to practice that when you're calm. That's the most important. You don't want to build these natural pathways when you want to build these natural pathways when your brain is most receptive, not when you're in a panic mode or having an anxiety attack. It's like learning to drive. You don't first start off on the freeway in rush hour. Create an anxiety emergency kit with tools. Maybe it's a note on your phone with a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. Maybe you get creative and use some sort of camera screensaver. Maybe have some dark chocolate in your bag, some nuts that are accessible. A playlist that makes you want to move. You know, when you're listening to something and it just starts making your body move and become creative. Maybe it's a phone number of a supportive friend that you can reach out to. And then you do that weekly. You start to add everything weekly. Here's a 4-week kind of plan that I've thought about as a roadmap to your success. 1, just start off mastering 2 strategies. Pick the 2 that are most natural that you can practice them daily. Then on week 2, add 2 more to your toolkit, and then see you're building your anxiety resilient muscles. By week 3, you're going to integrate all 7 strategies. See how they work together, and then week 4 you're going to customize your approach. Maybe you discovered that movement and nutrition work best together, or maybe mindfulness and social connections. Remember, this is about your progress, not perfection. Some days you'll remember to use your tools, and some days maybe you won't. That's human. We're all human, and we're all going through a similar experience. Be patient with yourself as you build these new habits. Now, I want to be clear about something important. These are powerful tools, but they're not the cure. They're not a cure, and they're not a form of treatment. If you're dealing with persistent anxiety and it is interfering with your daily life, please consider professional help. There is no shame in getting help. It's actually one of the bravest things that you can do for yourself. If you're in California or Nevada, I'd like to work with you in developing a personalized approach. I accept clients for psychotherapy and for CBT, which is the cognitive behavioral therapy portion. If you're anywhere else in the world, I offer hypnotherapy in all sorts of areas and wellness coaches, more specifically with nutrition and exercise. Sometimes we just need that extra support to really integrate these tools into our lives. If this video helped you, and I hope it really did, please hit the like button and subscribe for more evidence-based mental health strategies. Your support really helps me reach more people in need of this information. And honestly, it fills my heart to know that these tools are making a difference in someone's life. I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments sections what strategies you're going to try first. Are you drawn to more mindfulness techniques? Are you drawn to more movement? Is nutrition your piece? You know, I read every single comment to myself, and I love learning about what resonates with different people. And after speaking of resources, I do have a special gift for you. Watch my Know Thyself hypnosis video on YouTube. It is free, and you can find the link in the description. The hypnosis session will help you connect to that inner wisdom, that inner you that is that you can really find and move you towards your wellness journey. I also want to offer you a free Heal Thy Mind workbook. It is available on my website, and all you need to do is just send me a request of your interest. This workbook goes deeper into the Octave method, and it gives you exercises and worksheets that can really help you integrate these concepts into your daily life. Remember, you have everything you need within you to manage your anxiety. These tools are just ways to, let's say, access your own inner wisdom and strength. You are more resilient than you know, more capable than you believe, and more worth of a life of peace, a life of calmness that you might find that you deserve right now. So take care of yourself. You got this. I am cheering with you every step of the way. And until next time, be kind to yourself and remember that your mental health really, truly matters. Thank you for listening.